I definitely had like a big fear, like no one else is going to want to date me. No one else is going to be attracted to me. I actually started seeing a therapist, and she kind of challenged me and said, I want you to make an online dating profile. And I want you to be honest and say, I have this injury, but I'm still awesome. Hit me up. I woke up the next morning. I had like 250 emails from guys that wanted to go out with me, and I wasn't ready yet, but I was like, okay, you've made your point.
I do date, and I've just met people in person, but then I've also used dating apps. And the interesting thing about dating apps is I am totally comfortable with my situation, and it's likely that the person is not to be. So on a first date, I kind of come in, really confident and feeling like I need to make fun of something to make it more approachable. I think in the beginning I felt like I had this urgency where I needed you to learn as much about my injury as possible so that you could accept it faster.
In order to be comfortable with anyone else, you have to be comfortable with yourself. And in order to be comfortable with yourself, you have to properly cope. In the very beginning.
Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm effing cool. Who cares what I look like? Yeah.
A lot of women with spinal cord injury hesitate to do online dating because we have that underlying fear, like, who would want to date me? When you could date anybody, why would you choose someone disabled instead of able-bodied?
It's really easy to create reasons or like milestones of I'll start pursuing love when I'm independent with this, or I'll start pursuing love when I start driving, or all these different things that sometimes we can create for ourselves as reasons why we're not good enough. People don't focus on our injuries as much as we do.
Yeah, in my experience, men don't care. If they do care, they're not worth your time. But for the most part, it hasn't been a problem.
You feel like you're kind of this damaged person. I had thought about when I was ready to start dating, going online. Well, what do you say? Do you put that in your profile? Do you just show up to meet somebody and just wheel in and they're like, oh, I didn't know that about you. There was a really great quote that the wheelchair will weed out people you don't want to be with. And that is absolutely true.